Welcome everybody back to the Dark Knight Rider Games channel here on YouTube. Today we're talking about WWE 2K24 and some stuff that's going on about that game and some of the stuff we found out. So we're going to kick it off with some of the stuff that was announced, found out, that people managed to get their hands and play it early and was able to figure out what they've got for the game. So obviously, we know there's a casket match. We know there's an ambulance match. Both look awesome. I think it's going to be great having them back. Backstage brawl, they've added some stuff. And I think they took some ideas from AEW Fight Forever, obviously. Which, honestly, in my opinion, I think that was great that AEW Fight Forever came out because it actually pushed WWE to make some changes and add some stuff into the game, which I think is great. We can throw objects. Awesome. You can do that in AEW. And what's cool with the backstage brawls, obviously you can go up to the pop machine, whatever, and throw cans at your opponents. You also go up an elevator and down that elevator, which is cool. That's awesome. I like that they added that. That's pretty cool. But it's interesting how the wrestlers just like stand by, look like they're buddies and like they're walking out together. Like they're not angry or anything or fighting each other. That would have been cool if they had some type of like cut scene where, you know, they go in the elevator and they fight or whatever. And then you see them when they come out, one's got a hold one of the other ones and just throwing them out of the elevator. That would have been so cool. Maybe they can do that in next year's. Blood in the game looks amazing. It's actually on the mat now. It's actually going and dripping on stuff. We haven't had that in a long time. So I'm glad to see that happening now. Blood looks good in the game. We have actual real life refs in the game now, which is awesome to see. That is pretty good that they have that. And camera angles, something that AEW Fight Forever had. Camera angle. Obviously, you could switch the camera angles for the entrances, but now we can switch the camera angles for the whole entire view during the game. You can even have it the classic view that a lot of us grew up with when playing like Here Comes the Pain and all of them, where you're just viewing behind the announce table, looking at the stage, looking at the ring. You know, that classy way it used to be. That is actually pretty cool, and I can't wait to do some matches like that. I think it's gonna be fun. So like I said, stay tuned for when I make WWE 2K24 content here on the channel. We're gonna do all kinds of fun stuff with this. There's some fun things I want to do and try out, so we're gonna have some fun. But that is good. We should be hearing some news about the roster reveal and find out who all is going to be in the game, because I think a lot of us are curious on who's been taken out of the game and who's staying in the game. So when it comes to that part, we're going to go ahead and talk about this. Obviously, as you know, there's been some things going on between Vince McMahon and, of course, John Laurinaitis, and obviously Brock Lesnar's been brought up in it. Some allegation stuff, you know. Allegations. Obviously, it's allegations. We don't really know the facts. Obviously, it's, you know, it's not something that's been taken to court, so we don't really know what's going on, obviously. To me, it's none of our business to really dive into that stuff. I mean, you know, but what concerns us is what's going on with what's going to happen with the game and all this stuff. But since this has happened, we've seen Brock be pulled off of Supercard, which is a game, which is not good news, because it sounds like to me that he could possibly get taken off of the WWE 2K24. It's possible. I'm not saying it will happen, but it's possible we could see him get taken off the game. Now, if he did get taken out of the game, what kind of effect will this have? It could have a lot of effects. Matter of fact, a lot of people would probably be wanting to play as him day one. That has an effect. Another effect is the showcase. Was there any Brock Lesnar matches? Was there even anything with Vince McMahon? You know, because the thing is with the showcase, if you have to pull anybody out of the game because of this issue, then that means you have to gut the mode and change some stuff this close to launch, which is also a worrying factor. Will this affect the game in any way? I hope not. I really hope it doesn't. I know we're only getting 21 matches for the WrestleMania showcase. Kind of sucks, but that's something we're going to talk about here in a minute after we get done talking about this Brock situation. But if Brock is not in the game, I have to make this clear. If Brock is not in the game, who do you replace him with to fill his spot? Now, we know CM Punk's more than likely going to be in the game, right? And this is what I'm going to go down to this and say. CM Punk was probably set as DLC. If you have to pull Brock, you put CM Punk in his place. The reason being is because CM Punk's a popular wrestler. He's a popular superstar that gets a lot of attention. He would be the best choice to put in Brock's place, so people have somebody to play day one that they'll enjoy. That would be one of the good options to go. Now, what do you do for CM Punk's spot, though? Who do you put in his place for DLC? Possibly could put somebody else. If there's somebody new that came out that people want to see, you could fill that spot with that. Don't know what's going to happen with this, but if Brock's not in the game, I think CM Punk needs to be in his place. Just because it would make more sense. Does it suck this is happening? Yes, it does. Vince could have been in the game this whole entire time. Stephanie could have been in the game. Shane. I don't think we're going to see them. I don't think we're going to have Shane McMahon in the game. I don't think we're going to have Stephanie in the game. And definitely you're not going to have Vince. But if anybody, it'll either be Brock's going to be in the game or he's not. But that's the big question right now, is like who's in the roster, and we're going to find out soon. But if it's people that's released, or in this kind of situation, if Brock is in the game, more than likely they're not going to advertise it that way. They're not going to go in and do the roster reveal and tell you Brock's in the game. They're not, because I think what was it with 2K22, all them superstars that were released, that we got in the game, a lot of them wasn't even mentioned during the main roster reveal. They showed them off later on the website. So it's possible they'll do something like that with Brock. They probably won't mention him in the main roster reveal, but they'll put him later, show him on the roster page. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Obviously, that's one of the big things going on. People's been wondering, what's going to happen with Brock? So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens with this whole situation. But, that being said, let's go into talking about this showcase mode. Obviously, WWE 2K14 had 30 years of WrestleMania, which was an awesome... I enjoyed that mode. It had so many matches going across 30 years, pretty much. All the way up to WrestleMania 29. And there were so many matches, great matches, that I enjoyed, But they're saying this is a sequel to that. Is it really? You're dropping it down to 21 matches, which means that tells me not every WrestleMania is going to be featured in this game mode. Now, with that being said, not every WrestleMania is going to be featured in the showcase. Are you going to have every WrestleMania from 1 to 39 in the game day one, because for content creators, if there's any wrestlers that are not in the game, you can create those wrestlers and make content for each WrestleMania. You could do your own little 40 years of WrestleMania by doing it like that. You know, you could do something like that. You know, come up with some creative and post it on YouTube or post it on Twitch, whatever. You know, you'd be able to do that, right? So I think they should have at least make sure that every WrestleMania is in the game going up to 39, because we are getting 40 later added to the game. If you bought the, of course, 40 years of WrestleMania, if you didn't, you're probably going to have to pay so much. They'll probably release like a WrestleMania 40 years pack, which will have the 40 WrestleMania in the pack with some other stuff for people to purchase later. That's more than likely what's going to happen. It would be it would suck if they sold just the WrestleMania 40 as a pack, just as one item. It'd be ridiculous. Kind of like AEW. In a way it did with their season pass, which was kind of dumb. I'm still calling it dumb that they did that. Dynamite. Ridiculous. But like I said, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I really hope they have every WrestleMania. That would be good in a content creator standpoint. I mean, to be able to create these wrestlers and download them and then make your own WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 2, whatever WrestleManias that are missing in the game mode, you'll be able to make your own. You know, I mean, if not anything, make sure that at least a lot of those WrestleMania stages are in create an arena so we can recreate that in that way. But I mean, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. To end this video though, I want to end it with this. We're talking about WWE, right? A lot of people are upset with the fact that The Rock took Cody's spotlight for WrestleMania. Now, I seen this coming because it's been rumors for a long time that The Rock was going to come back and face Roman. There was rumors about it last year that WWE was considering having The Rock face Roman Reigns. It's been in the talks for a long time, obviously. And people are upset about it, which, I mean, yeah, it's kind of upsetting that you've been pushing Cody for this in the story storyline that you would think, yeah, why is Cody being pushed out of the spotlight by The Rock? But that's okay, because the way I'm looking at this, it could either go two ways. This whole storyline goes, okay? One, Cody goes to the Elimination Chamber, beats Roman for the title, and goes to headline WrestleMania still, but as the champion, and face whoever and beats them, and still as the champion. Because if Cody gets the title, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think he's gonna lose it yet. I think he's gonna keep it for a while, because I don't think Cody's planning on staying with WWE very long. I think this was his whole plan, was the comeback story to end his story. Don't know what's going to happen after that. Obviously, when he leaves, I don't know what's going to happen. He could go back to AEW, which obviously is one of the companies he created. You know, so it's possible he could go back there, but don't know. And then, of course, Roman faced The Rock, which Roman will be angry because obviously he lost his title, so he's pretty unhappy because he didn't get that streak that he wanted, that title reign that he wanted, obviously. Goes in there, maybe beats The Rock up pretty bad, and Cody comes out and saves him or something like that. Happens, possibly. And then The Rock win and dethrone him as the head of the table. It's possible. That could happen too. Or you could go this other route. It could go Cody gets night 1 at WrestleMania against Roman, beats Roman for the title, gets his WrestleMania moment, and wins the title. And then night 2, have Roman have to get back in the ring again and face The Rock, which obviously The Rock dethrones him. And yeah, we got an angry Roman on the loose that is going to probably want a rematch with The Rock. And obviously we'll get another Rock versus Roman next year. Or maybe in a later pay-per-view. Who knows what will happen. But it's possible. Now, Seth Rollins, on the other hand, I think they might still do the Gunther versus Seth, because I think that would be an interesting match. Obviously, Gunther was originally supposed to go up against Brock Lesnar, but I think they were trying to set this up as Seth versus Gunther, champion versus champion. Winner takes all, pretty much. Have another double championship run for somebody. It's possible you could see that happen. I don't know. This is just my predictions. But when it comes, like I said, when it comes to WWE 2K24, we talked about today, some awesome stuff. And obviously the one question on our mind is Brock Lesnar in the game? Who's going to be in the game? We'll be finding out soon. We got 4 weeks until the game launches, so I figure in the coming weeks we should be getting a roster reveal. But other than that, thank you for watching. And if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And for more WWE 2K24 content, stay tuned to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. And also, put in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about the whole Brock Lesnar being pulled out of the game. Do you think he's going to be pulled out of the game? You think he's going to stay? And what are your predictions for this whole Rock thing with Roman? And do you think Cody is going to win the title? Maybe at Elimination Chamber and go to WrestleMania? Or do you think he might do the same? Look, what I mentioned was have him show up at WrestleMania night 1, beat Roman? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.